Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Drew here from MechaWorks. Today I have the HK VP9SK for a gun review, so sit tight, we'll roll the intro, and then we'll get down to business.
Now turn up.
Alright guys, the VP9SK from HK from Germany. Everything's clear, nothing in it. Guys, this is probably my second favorite gun. So if you guys saw my VP9 video, you know that the VP9 is my favorite handgun and probably will be for a while. This gun, being the smaller version, is a lot more fun to carry, way easier to carry. This gun's a lot smaller than the actual VP9. Here's a side-by-side so you guys can see the actual size difference between the two. This gun here, we're just going to keep this video very, very simple. It's just going to be specs, good, bad. That's pretty much it. So the VP9SK has a just shy of 3.4 inch barrel, has a 4.5 to 5.5 pound trigger pull, and comes with a 10 and a 13 round magazine. Unfortunately, I cannot find my extended magazine, the one that has a little pinky groove on the end. Here's a picture of it. I think that makes this gun look really good, like really cool. The VP9, the VP9SK, the VP40, they all look like Batman guns. Like if Batman were to carry a gun, he'd be carrying an HK VP gun. The 9, the 40, the SK, or something like that. Because I mean, man, those serrations are just badass. But this gun is a little on the thick side. Definitely not a Glock 43, so don't expect that out of it, but it is really fun to carry. This gun here has the factory sights. They're the factory 3-dot night sights. HK night sights are good, but definitely upgrade them when you get the chance. They have a runtime of like 10 to 15 minutes, so just go ahead and upgrade them. This gun is outfitted with a Crimson Trace laser. It's in green. I just blinded you, I'm sorry. And it's made for this gun, so it has a very nice profile. This gun's very comfortable to shoot, very low recoil impulse. For a 9mm that's of this size and weight, it's very comfortable to shoot. The trigger in here is actually very good. It's better than the VP9 in my opinion, and a lot of people's opinion when it comes to the trigger in this gun, because it has an upgraded sear spring. It makes the break and the reset much crisper and more crisp. That's why in my VP9 video, I stated that I traded out my sear spring for an SK sear spring, and it did make a pretty decent difference. But yeah, takedown of this weapon is very simple. Obviously, it's clear. You just rotate this little switch right there, and then that's it. And then you pull your standard barrel and recoil spring. That's it. Then to go together, lock back, flip the switch, done. That's it. So let's go over the good of this gun, and let's go from there. Well guys, this is a very, very good gun. I said that the VP9 was a good gun. I think the SK is a very great gun. I've probably put, I'd say about 2,000 rounds through this gun, and I can't complain about it. I haven't had any reliability issues. I haven't had any jams, any misfeeds, no fires. Failure to eject, stovepipes, anything like that. I haven't had any problems with this gun. I've shot brass, steel, even aluminum through it, and I don't have any problems with it. It's really, really good. I would say if you do, if you have some extra money laying around, get the Crimson Trace for it. You don't absolutely super have to. I can't think of a small flashlight to go on here that follows the same profile. That way you can find a holster for it. They make a lot of holsters for this setup right here. That's why it's on there. Honestly, I'm really thinking about just taking the laser off and carrying it without, because the laser really doesn't do a whole lot. People say it's intimidation factor, but honestly, an intimidation factor is a barrel pointed in your direction. That's pretty intimidating. So, but overall, this gun's very good. Got a good weight to it. Haven't had any finishing issues like on some of the older VP9 models. The finishing starts to come off right here, which is easy. You can just get that repainted or Cerakoted or something. And you know, you can get it fixed from there. But yeah, I haven't had any problems out of it, no jams, nothing like that. I think it's a fantastic gun. Very, very comfortable to shoot. Big benefit of this. I didn't mention this in the specs side, but this is a fully ambidextrous gun. That is a huge benefit. So it has the paddle style magazine release right there, which I prefer personally, but it has the left-handed slide release, right-handed slide release, and then the trigger, which is highly ambidextrous, like it is on any other gun. But yes, very, very comfortable. My fiance loves this gun. She loves my VP9, but she really loves the HK, and I think I'm just going to let her start carrying it now, since this gun, for some reason, just sits, doesn't get shot a whole lot. But I do, you know, obviously I've put a few rounds through it, about 2,000 rounds, haven't had any hiccups with it. I'm really mad that I can't find the pinky extension so I can show you guys what that looks like. Speaking of pinky extension, right before we go over the bad stuff of this gun, which is really not a whole lot, remember that 30 round magazine from my VP9 video? Well, VP9 magazines fit in the VP9SK. So before I stick this in there, here's a standard VP9 magazine. Yeah, I know it's loaded, but it'll be okay. So it locks into place, and you have a little bit of a gap there. HK Parts actually sells little, I forget the name of the little magazine base plate covers that just slide over this, and it takes up that gap. But, you know, very, very comfortable gun. It weighs, or it balances it out better. Sorry, I just can't think. It's been a long day, guys. It's been a very long day. Anyway, that 30 round magazine. Oh, let me take this out. Close that. Does that look ridiculous or what? How ridiculous does that look? Do you imagine somebody bringing this to the range or something? Actually, it's really comfortable to shoot with the 30 round. I have shot the 30 round magazine through here, and it balances the gun out. Actually makes the feel the gun very bottom heavy. Obviously, you got 30 rounds of 115 right there. So, but yeah, I just wanted to show you guys what that looked like. So, bad stuff. Let's go over the bad stuff. All right, guys, let's talk about the bad. Honestly, when it comes to a concealed carry gun, for me personally, this gun's a little too big. It's very wide, very, very thick. It is a double stack gun. I mean, you get 10 and you get 13 rounds out of the other magazine. It's just too thick for me. I love my Glock 43 because it's very thin, very narrow profile, and it's very easy to put in your waistband, for in your waistband holsters. This gun, not so much. You have to buy some, like a size or two higher. Sweatpants, this is great, but it kind of weighs your pants down a little bit, so you can get some awkward sag going on. But it's just a little too thick for me. For other people, it may be perfect, and I really hope that's the case. But for me, it's just a little too thick and slightly a little too heavy. That's the only reason that this gun does not go with me everywhere. You know, in the wintertime, yeah, there's a couple days out of the week it'll go with me, but that's just, you know, I could throw my jacket over it and it's no big deal on an outside of the waistband holster. But like during the springtime, summer, and fall, when I'm not wearing a jacket, it prints way too easily for me. I'm not a big guy, I'm not a big person. You know, I'm 5'8", and I'm barely 135 pounds, and it doesn't fit me. That's okay though. It's still a really good gun. It just doesn't work well for me carry-wise. I love shooting this gun though. The only other thing that I can, you know, get on this gun about is the price, but it is a very HK thing. You know, with night sights, like actual tritium night sights, these guns are just shy of $700. And for some people, that's a lot of money. For like your collector, or, you know, somebody that wants to just go out and buy a gun that day, sure, $700 you just throw out like that. But some people that want a really nice concealed handgun to carry, this may be a little expensive. and that's just the way it goes. But it's a very, very, very good gun. I still would highly, highly recommend this gun. I really would. I really like this gun. I really want to carry it. It's just not inside the waistband. That's just, besides the price and the thickness issue. If they could come out with like maybe just another size smaller, that's very comparable to like the Glock 43 or the Springfield Hellcat, which I'll have a video coming out shortly for that one, then we'll talk. I'll probably carry that one inside the waistband for, you know, spring or my summer gun. We'll just go with that, my summer gun. So, guys, that's really about it. Finding holsters for these can be a little tricky, depending on what your setup is up here or just in general, but Vetter Holsters makes a great holster. Alien Gear makes a great holster. There's a couple other brands that I just am trying to think of off the top of my head, but they make some really good holsters for these guns. A little expensive, but hey, they work. That's all I care about. They're great quality. I'd much rather have one holster that I spent a lot of money on that works no matter what, it's very comfortable, than have 10 holsters that break all the time and, you know, all that stuff. So get yourself an HK VP9SK if you can afford it. If you're not going to carry it, at least add it to your collection. So that is all I have today. I really appreciate you guys watching. Be sure to like and subscribe for more videos. And guys, I'm just going to keep the gun reviews coming because that's what you guys want. So with that being said, it's getting crazy out here. I say it's getting crazy in general around the world. So remember to be safe, but do awesome, be awesome, and stay awesome. You guys are great. I'll see you next time.